Okay guys, we're replacing the struts on my 2004 Mustang GT. I am using a Koni brand, part number 8750 space 1027. I got them directly from Koni, the Koni website, and it was the least expensive way
Right, here's
to buy them.
the
I think I takeoff strut. I already did the driver's side, but you can see how shot they are. I could push this in by hand without any issues at all. The only thing the struts were doing was making a creaking sound when I would go over bumps. Other than that, that was the only symptom. But I think these original Ford struts, and it has over 105,000 miles on it, I want to say. But you can see they're totally shot. Once you take the strut out, you got to transfer over the parts onto here. There's like a bushing that goes here, then a cover, and then at the top there's another bushing and like a metal plate, little metal cap. So we'll show you that here shortly. All right guys, I already have the tire off, and I got a scissor jack underneath holding the car up. Got a jack stand underneath here supporting the front end of the suspension. I am going to end up pulling my brake caliper and hanging it with this bungee cord to get it out of the way when I take these nuts and bolts off the strut. Also, underneath the lower control arm, I have a Craftsman floor jack holding up the base of the spring, the lower control arm. That way when you disconnect the strut, it won't release that spring. The sway bar will also help hold it in place, but this is just added protection so that spring doesn't come popping out of it on you. So there's the two nuts and bolts that come out of the strut. I got a camber bolt in there. I'm going to end up taking that out. It was too much of a hassle to put back in on the driver's side, so I'm going to try to get the car front end aligned without that camber bolt. So we'll see if it works. It's a little bit of adjustment, but not much from on top. And this is the cap that comes off the strut, one of them that comes off the strut that transforms over to the new Koni strut. And this is the top nut that comes off the top of the strut. I'm going to show you how we get that off. Okay, got a towel in place to prevent any damage to if I slip or whatever. I twisted this with a impact, a Ryobi impact, which kind of with a 21 millimeter socket, and that kind of loosened it. Because if you turn this without holding it, the main part there down, it's going to twist. You won't be able to undo it. I ended up using the screwdriver, which worked. The other side I had to use a crowbar. Let's see. But this basically is how you loosen it up. Now I'm not going to take it all the way off until I get the bottom off, but just to show you how that nut comes off. I guess that's the strut shaft that goes all the way through. It holds the piston parts and all that garbage. So you just do this until that nut pops free. Like I said, if you don't have an impact and you want to loosen it up, you could also use a crowbar, something strong that'll fit in there. I'm just tightening up a little bit so I could work on the bottom end of it. Okay, I'm going to remove the brake caliper. I'm going to hang it. The only reason I'm moving it is when you take out the nuts, your bolt is going to rub onto these things. I'm just a little nervous of leaving it there and damaging that that brake line. So you can see I got steel braided, and this is the one with the camber bolt in there, but I'm going to replace it with the standard bolt that came with the car. So I'm going to see if I can get it properly aligned without that camber bolt. So I'm going to go to get the caliper off. There's two bolts that come out of the slider pins, and basically that'll release your caliper. When you mount your caliper back on, you got to compress those cylinders in there a little bit so it'll fit back over the brake pads. Very, very easy to do. If you know how to change the brake pads, it's not a big deal. The strut's pretty straightforward and not that difficult to do. Okay, got the brake caliper hanging over there with a bungee cord. That way I don't wreck my brake line. All right, so we're gonna get these two nuts and bolts off, so I'm gonna reposition the camera so you can watch me remove those nuts and bolts. All right, guys, I am going to secure the spindle in place so when I take those nuts and bolts off, it won't fall towards me. So I'm going to try to tie these up in a way that they won't come out. Let's see if I can get this rigged. I've seen some people use wires, and I'm just using a bungee cord. And I'm going to tie it up in a way that it won't come forward. There, I think that should hold it. All right, the top one is using a 21mm socket, but that's just because I got that camber nut and bolt in the way. So yours will be the standard 24mm to get it out. I'm going to loosen the bottom, get the bottom one off. Like I said, that one's a standard 24mm. I already broke these loose with a breaker bar. But they're pretty easy to get off. There's a metal pipe as a breaker bar. Okay, the bottom one is loose. Just got this, get the stupid camber bolt out, and it is not cooperating with me. There we go. Got it loose. Okay, I'm going to leave the bottom one in until I get the top fully loosened up. I don't think this is too tight. I think we'll be good. All right, guys, we got the top nut off. I'm going to pull the bottom of the bottom hold-on bracket, the bottom bolt that holds the bracket onto the spindle onto the strut. We're going to wiggle that loose. There we go. And I just got to get over this bungee cord. There we go. Okay. See if you can see if this part comes off. This is where it transfers over. Same with this bushing. This transfers over to the new strut. So I'm going to bring the new strut in here. Same thing with this one. You could push it down by hand. So it's shot. Okay, I got the top nut in place, holding it, supporting it, and I'm going to start with the nuts and bolts that hold the strut to the spindle. Here's the two bolts. I'm going to move it in place. We start with the bottom one. The bottom one has to be tilted slightly outward to lock it in place. And then you can move the front right into place by moving, pivoting the bottom. Very simple. And there you go. I'm going to torque these to spec. I think it's 74 foot-pounds, I'm not too sure. Tighten these two. And I'm going to tighten the top. We'll be good to go. I'm going to get rid of this bungee cord. Very easy project, guys. Don't be afraid to tackle it. Watch some more videos out there, and it'll give you different tips. My videos tend to show you more of what realistic is. It's more realistic in terms of what to expect. This is a 24 millimeter socket. So to tighten the top, you can use an Allen wrench and I think it was a 24 millimeter. Let me see. To tighten the top, you use a 24 millimeter Allen wrench and then another open wrench, 24 millimeter. See up top here, you just got an Allen wrench in here and a 24 millimeter wrench. You tighten it clockwise. Obviously, you hold the Allen wrench in place, and that way your internal shaft does not turn. So, all right, here we are tightening it. You know when it's tight all the way, it'll just basically stop tightening up on you. Well, might help to put a towel there, but basically you can't tighten it anymore. So you're all set. All right, we're just going to reinstall the brake caliper, and we'll be all set. All we have to do is test drive it and get it front end aligned. Okay guys, we got our brake caliper reinstalled. Got the 2 nuts and bolts tightened up. Got the parts transferred over to the new shock. Got the shock tower nut tightened up all the way. And we're all good. Now we just got to get the front end aligned. Let's see if I can get away with not using those camber bolts. You just take out your floor jack, get it off that jack, and you're good to go. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you for watching. I hope it helps you change out your struts. Very easy job, not a big deal.